Hello folks, and welcome back to another edition of BC Renovation Magazine. So today I'm just going to give you a little walkthrough here, show you what I'm doing with the tiles. So I have the tiles set. I'm not really going to show you how to so much in this video. It just is more of just kind of what we're doing here. So in the kitchen here, we've got the tiles all set, and they're drying here now. We still have to grout them and caulk them and all that stuff. But you can see what we've done here. In another video, I talked to you about how we did these flat lay counters. And if you missed that video, go back and have a look at it. And, we'll show you how we did this, explain how we did this to make this look like a big piece of concrete here. No seams. But, yeah, today we're looking at the tile, and in that video I mentioned how we were going to bring the tile down to the countertop and up to the bottom of the counter of the cabinets, the top cabinets there. And by doing this, it gives it a really custom look. There's going to be a microwave going to be going in above this range here, so that's still to come. But you can kind of see how, the tile just comes right down to the counter here. You don't have that little backsplash that, those post-form type tops have. And this is our little side counter over here. So the tiles that we have chosen to use here are a sort of a modern version of the subway tile. These are 4 inches, 4 inches tall and 16 inches long, and they're glazed. We get these. I use these tiles a lot. I really like these tiles, and there's different ways that you can, lay them, install them. Here I just did the typical half and half thing. I also have done them where I split it into a third. And so then your joints are staggered on thirds instead of in half here. There's just different ways. I've also installed them with a border in there, like a little inset piece of a different tile. But for this one, we chose to just go with, just a very simple tile. It's going to have white grout, sort of more of an understated look. We want to have the tile just kind of fade into the background. You can do tile so it kind of bounces out at you. It kind of it can kind of be a major design feature in your kitchen if you want it to. But for this home, we're just doing something fairly subdued and just fairly simple. All right, so I'll kind of show you some of the tools that I'm using here. Again, I'm not going to get into tutorial. There's lots of tile tutorials out there if you want to learn how to do tiles. Lots of different ways, and it seems that every time I show my tile work, there's always lots of comment about, that I should be doing this and should be doing that and doing things differently and, whatever. So this is my tile saw. This is just a little cheap thing that I got. I bought this thing off of Craigslist or Facebook or someplace, I can't remember where, but it's just a it's just a Ryobi. It's nothing fancy. I paid $50 for it. The blade is worth $50, but it works pretty slick. It's got a little pump in it here, so when I turn it on, it pumps water out here. Also has a laser so that it lines me up. I can laser in my markings there. And you don't need a saw like this, but it's nice to have, especially for doing backsplash. It's kind of overkill. It's going to be really good when I get into the floor tiles, but for these little ceramic tiles, it's not bad. You don't need a machine like this. This little machine down here, though, is kind of another version of a tile saw. This has a sump inside of it, and the water just flicks off the blade, and it's got a little flinger in there, and we can saw the tiles with this. I've had this one for a long time. probably 20 years. I've done a lot of tile work with this, floor tiles. I just picked up this one here because you know, I'm getting into a little bit bigger format flat floor tiles for this job, and this is gonna be nice to have. And so you can see I'm just set up here inside. This is how I work. Okay, I'll just show you the bathroom, what we're gonna do here. Okay, so I haven't done anything with this this tub yet, but here we're just gonna do one row of tile as a backsplash. And then when we do the mirror is going to come down and sit down on the tile. So again, you know, just something very simple. I debated about going 2 rows, but 2 rows just didn't look right, so we stuck with the one. And these are our floor tiles. This is what's going to be on the floor. I'll take you to the back here. In the back bathroom, that's where I'm working right now. Oh, and we have our little laundry station here. You know, with that counter that is going to be over the washer and dryer. And so I put just put one row of tile around there, just to sort of, you know, tie everything together. And excuse me, this is where I'm working back here. And this is another way to cut tile. And so this is just a scorer, and all the way this works is you just put your tile in there and you score it and then you break it. And here's my tiles. And the tiles, I get these from Home Depot, and these are made by a company called Enigma, and these are just a gloss white. Just a gloss white tile. All right, so here's where I'm working right now. So I showed you in previous video how I prepped this shower here, and I explained, you know, the materials that we used in there. But basically, it's a dense shield material, and then I you know, filled the joints with a thin set mortar. And so here you can see the backsplash here. And it comes around and it's going to tie in here with, you know, with the shower tiles. All right, so I'm gonna just explain a little bit to you here. So here you can see right here, this white material. This is a mastic. Now you can see what I've done in the corners here. In the corners, I've you know, troweled it in both ways, and so that corner is filled. Whoops, we'll get the camera on the corner here. And so that corner now has been filled with thin set, reinforced with that fiberglass mesh. Now we are applying this mastic into the corner there as well. Then once we grout, we're going to be grouting into this corner here, okay? And then we'll also grout along the base here. And then once the grout is dry, then we will also be putting a bead of silicone sealant on all of these corners. The corners are the weak points in the shower. And if you do it this way, you're going to make it tight. Okay, and so I just go 2 rows at a time, and you know, because there's cutting to do, so you don't want to get too far ahead. If you get too much glue on the wall, what happens is it dries on you. It'll skim. It'll skim on you, and then it doesn't stick that well. Okay, so now you will notice some people are going to say you shouldn't be using mastic in the shower, and you know, blah blah blah. You know, I do everything according to, you know, the tile manufacturer specifications and all of that. You know, the mastic that I'm using, I mean, it's waterproof. Once it dries, it's waterproof. I can use this size of tile with the mastic. I'm borderline. If I was any bigger, any longer, I would have to go to a cement-based thin set. But for this application, it's good. There's no problems. I don't cut corners, folks. I believe in doing things properly, but I also believe in doing things cost effectively. I don't believe in spending money where I don't have to. And you know, when I was a contractor, you know, I did a lot of homes and buildings that I had to give 10-year warranties on. And you know, I never had callbacks on tiles, and you know, I'm doing it the same way here now. So you may notice that we are not using any trim on here. Okay, we are not using the Schluter. Okay, a lot of people, if you were a HGTV type of person, you're going to see lots of mention of Schluter membrane, Schluter trim, Schluter this, Schluter that. I've used Schluter. Not that I'm against Schluter, but it's expensive, and you know, all that stuff is expensive. And you know, if we were building $1 million home here, you know, we might want to do some things a little bit differently. And you know, I've been there, I've done that, where I've done things differently in most expensive homes. But for this home, you know, this type of a home, there's no point in spending the money on that kind of stuff. You just don't get your money out of it. So you know, if you're a homeowner that's, you know, fixing up for yourself, eventually you're going to sell that home. You know, all the money that you put into stuff that you don't really need to, you're not going to get it back. Same thing as if you're a flipper. If you're doing this like me to flip them and make money, you know, there's places you spend money, and there's places you just don't. And you know, what we're doing here is efficient, and you know, it's going to look great when it's all done. Basically, what's going to happen here is, you know, on these edges, they will get grouted in. And so, you know, they're just going to kind of fade away. This will become grouted. You can see I've set the tile back just a little bit from the corner there. And what will happen then when I trowel this with trowel of grout, it's going to leak grout in there. And so what you're going to see is just a white edge of grout. The thing with the Schluter trim is that it's pretty technical to put that stuff on. I've done it. And you know, it's and I've seen some Schluter jobs, Schluter trim, where they haven't done it carefully, and I mean, it looks like a mess. Like, you have to be pretty skilled, you know, at fitting the corners and everything together to make it all work. All right, folks. So that's it for this video. I'm not going to show you the completed job. You know, we're gonna get completed here pretty quick. This job is starting to wind up here. We have sold this home, so we put our little for sale sign up at the out on the street there, and within 12 days, the 12th day we had it for sale, we sold it, and we got full asking price for it. And so now we're kind of in a little bit of a scramble here to get done. The new owner moves in just a little over a month, so you know, we're kind of heads down here now and get things finished up. But we're getting close. So stay tuned. There'll be more videos coming that will show you the finished product here. And yeah, it's going to be nice to get done here and get on to something else. All right, folks, thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.